understand, I mean, it's a good question. I think.
Yeah. Do you want to recap that? So basically the question deals with specifically around communion. So if you have communion in a Catholic church, the question is, do this in remembrance of me. If we're not taking it personally in the context of transubstantiation, the idea that it literally becoming the body and blood, but if we're taking it knowing what we know communion to be, is that something where we could take communion in a good conscience?
From what I understand, actually, of Catholic theology, they would actually prefer that you didn't participate either. Because I think to participate in Catholic communion, they would ask that you be a member in good standing. So you abstaining, it's not just for your conscience, but also they're not mad. We had a funeral for my uncle a few years ago in a Catholic church, and we didn't take communion. My family was like, "Do we take it or not?" I'm like, "No, don't do it." But it's not offensive to them because they know, okay, you're Baptist, you're Protestants, you're not going to participate in it.
And I would just add to that, if it doesn't violate your conscience, I would just, like you're saying, you haven't looked in that deeply. The reason it violates my conscience so badly is because they're displaying a sacrifice for sins again. They're sacrificing Christ afresh. And to me, that is not only blasphemy, it is just tearing down everything that Christ has accomplished for me. And so that's why it violates my conscience so much. But, Lee, like what you said, you're not worthy to take the communion anyway. So just tell them that.